Hello everyone, good evening. So, after the news brief, PBS News, I, I found some time. So I thought I'll come and chat if anybody has anything they want to ask me or they have something to say, comment on what I was doing. Uh, you are more than welcome to come up and chat with me. Ask me anything if you want to. I see Peter there. Maybe he wants to come up. I like to chat with Peter. But anybody else is more than welcome. From June Roberts, Barbara, Kate, anybody is welcome. I've been working on my AI skills. So we were shown something about a chatbot that you could build up, and then a lot of work is done by them instead of the receptionists and um, nursing assistants and nurses and all that I was used to before. They were not kidding when they said they could have many people be not needed. And at the same time, that instructor was telling us, oh, we don't have to lay off people, but these chatbots can do many things like they can take messages, they can make appointments, they can converse with the customers and all that. Um, Anyway, I'm not that kind of thing anyway. I'm more like I like to talk to people by myself and help them, and that seems to be the best way I kind of get into people's problems and um, make them understand their own mind and look at things in a different perspective. And they usually say that makes a difference for them. You know, so basically, it's not like getting something from them rather than how can I contribute to their lives? See, that's the spirit with which we want to go at VFL, my company. Service, right? First, impact first, reach people, and help ease the suffering in whichever way we can. So those are the things that I'm at. It's not about amassing a lot of riches. Don't mean anything to me. So Lorraine is coming. Let's talk to her.
Hello.
Hi, Lorraine. How are you?
Okay. I just have a question.
Yeah,
My health. I had Guillain-Barré
yeah.
syndrome, and I'm experienced a lot of fatigue from it and muscle weakness. And have you is that like a normal reaction to it? Is it?
Yeah.
It,
It is
it
a polyneuropathy, like from the waist down and all that. It's a kind of changing neural perception. So you will have that. Uh,
okay.
how is your balance? Are you able to walk and do things?
I'm able to walk. Lifting things are still bad, and my left side's still like weak. It
Yeah.
can't. It
Yeah.
holds me, but it like I can feel it like quivering when I'm trying to like balance myself up, like especially going up or downstairs.
Yeah. Normally, also as you age, we kind of lose our nervous energy, nervous capacity, and all that. So people kind of lose they may develop peripheral neuropathy, they may develop some imbalances in neural perception and all that. Then you lose some of the balance, some of the, uh, you know, paresthesias happen, neuralgia happens, and all those things were there. But this one, what kind of alternatives they gave you, the medical doctors?
I'm doing PT. They're giving me a gabapentin for the pain.
Yeah.
From the, like my feet are still numb now, so we're working on that. It's almost a year into my Gillian, so and I try to find information like what is my outcome, like what do I have to look forward to, or and I don't find much information.
It's a progressive disease, and it could go in spurts and then stabilize too. So nobody can really tell you this is the way it is going to go. Only they can see waxing and waning, most likely towards the waning side, and also really worsening symptoms and muscle power and all that. That's possible. But any of these neurological disorders need a special physical therapy, special attention by you of how you take things. That is also important, Lorraine.
Yes.
So come up. We are going to cut off, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit more. See, I'm a medical doctor, but I'm also into ancient healing systems, not just yoga, but yoga, Ayurveda, Chinese things, and all those things are there.
Mhm.
Breathing deeply, that's one thing. And really dealing with the pain by improving our pain perception rather than jumping to the medications. And gabapentin was originally for anti-seizures, but then they found a side effect of pain relief. That's why they were using. I'm kind of careful about using that because you need to double the doses frequently to get the relief that you have. So,
Okay.
along with the medication, take the medication, but practice measures that can help you with increasing the pain threshold. What does it mean is you bearing down a little bit and then delaying the frequency of the medication. Instead of every 4 hours, if they say, maybe take it every 6 hours or 8 hours, like that progressively, not right only all of a sudden. Progressive, if you do that, as you are bearing down the pain that you could tolerate, you develop the pain threshold. So down the line, you will be taking less medication, or you will not max out on the medication, and then you have no alternative.
Yes, I get that. And I cut it. They were giving it to me, telling me to take it 3 times a day. I only take it twice a day now. So because I can deal with the pain and like during the day. It's when I lift my feet up at night and then relax. That's getting back down or walking is the hard part.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing that. But that's one way to go about it. And as you go about it, when you have the pain and all of that, what you can do is you can work into the pain and then see how you are reacting and then work on that. It's a very difficult thing, I'm telling you, but this is something we do with chronic pain syndrome. Want to take off the narcotics, then we advise them to work into their own pain. That means how your mind is responding to the pain, you can work on that.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah. I try my best, like to do. I live in Florida, so like if I can do some of my exercises in the pool, then I can do more, because of being in the pool. But
that's very good for you because aqua therapy, you're in the water. You take away the weight, the buoyancy will help you to really exercise there, and also it has got this peripheral vaso effect, which will help you to really enjoy that experience and not having the pain. And by the pain, if you are restricted about activities in the water, you can do more of the activities. So that's an excellent thing you are doing, to go there and spend some time in that. There is a process of using the water, and also the breathing, how you do. In India, they have this practice in the morning time. They get up and offer prayers to the sun. But there is actually a lot of physical good and also respiratory good for you. Because you are staying in the water at least the knee deep or hip deep. Then when you raise your hands and then try to get the air in as you go down, there are energies the breath, which is called prana, that has got the prana has five different types of it. Some of them apply to the pelvic region, some of them to the chest, some of them to the limbs and head and neck, like that, right? So when you understand, that's a deeper pranayama, breathing science about India yoga, right? So basically, what it is because you have this nervous problem, neurons problem, that flare up can happen anytime, and then you will have that sensation. Understanding this inner energy management, I'm just being very, very superficial. It's a lot bigger the science than that. But what I'm saying is, stay in the water and try to deep breathe in and out. As you raise your hands, deep breathe. As you put your hands down into the water, deep breathe out. That itself can help you a little bit, Lorraine.
Okay, that's a good thing. I like that. I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't understand all the science behind it, but just doing that will not hurt you. You're not taking anything by mouth. You're just using your breathing, and you are using the water buoyancy, and thereby your energy distribution will be better.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the advice I
Yeah.
can get.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's so much more I can tell you, but that is too much unnecessary. Go to that pool, bathe
I
the
try
pit.
my best to
Yeah.
like stretch in the morning or do some yoga so
Yeah.
that I can, recenter myself and get myself going and
Yeah.
know that, I'm gonna push a little more, and I just have to learn to listen to my body and
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. But listen to the body to the extent where you are not aggravating it. That means listen, perceive your body's thing, but don't let your mind act on it.
I try my best to stay positive.
Yeah.
I feel I'm walking. I'm able to breathe. I'm still here, so
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
ready to accomplish all that. So
Do
we're
you come
gonna.
to my morning routine? Do you come to my morning routine? In the morning, I do it.
I do a yoga
Yeah.
from in the morning, and I try to stretch as much as I can so that I can move my body and it doesn't wind up
Come
having
to
any.
my morning routine at least a few times, and I'm going to address something specifically for people like you who have the chronic disease or who have this psychosomatic thing and all that. You can understand that, and think you'll do a lot better for yourself.
Okay, I
Yeah.
like that. Your help.
Yeah. 8 o'clock in the central time, morning time, I do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah, generally we are very quick to use pain medications in the culture all over the world. But ancients had very little medication they used deliberately, and they improved their really the threshold of pain so that they don't have to take so much medication. I think Lauren is doing a lot of things very well. She is going to the water, she is trying to walk, and she is trying to cut down the medication as much as she can, and she is doing a lot of things very well. But I'm going to add some things for her about how to really separate the sensation of our body, but at the same time aware of what's going on in the body, and also how to really not let our mind be aggravating our chronic conditions. That may help her a little bit. I'm not saying she's going to cure her. Probably it will help her quality of life by reducing the pain perception and also really dealing with the pain in a more conservative way, holistic method, using all modalities. If you understand the pain is inevitable. definitely. But the suffering from the pain is optional. That means what? One person responds to one thing more acutely than other person, right? We have seen that, some people we call, oh, they're very tough, they can take a lot of pain, they don't need medication. It's not about toughness, it's about understanding how we respond, for what is that we can do. There was a person who really understood the pain management through yoga system. He used to work in Massachusetts, in Boston, right? He used to take patients who are not helped by regular doctors like me, and we have really is not really happening. Yes, I take a patient. I give all sorts of medications, all sorts of treatments in kind of blocking the nerves and all that, right? And then I don't have any other idea about how to help him. Then that patient gets referred to him, and he helps him to go into his pain and then live with the pain in such a way, not suffering, but really observing the pain like a disinterested witness. It's tough. It's not that easy. But what I'm saying is, people can have so many choices just apart from just medications, or just taking narcotics and all that. But they can do so many non-invasive therapeutic thing, and also change in their mental attitude and mental philosophies that could help them. Okay, so this is a big subject. I'm sure I'm not going to trivialize anybody's pain, or I'm going to simplify the ways, but remember the statement: pain is inevitable, but the suffering from the pain is optional. Okay, so anybody has want to contribute to that philosophy, or if you agree or disagree, come and we can talk about that too. Because lots of times, modern medicine has gone the way of attacking the pain, killing the pain, things like that, and that is not really needed. And at the same time, we're not going to trivialize the modern medications and treatment, but there is a need for um, kind of understanding this, how it is abused too. For example, many of the elderly are taught to take pain medication just to kill the pain, but they are not telling them the pain medication dependence will grow, interactions will grow, and all that, right? So that is there too. So what we try to do is help them to realize their own capacity to tolerate pain, and then they can have less pain. Hi, Meryl.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm cooking.
Very good. Very good.
You know what I mean? I think you are a vegetarian. Are you vegetarian, Dr. Rao?
Yeah, full vegetarian.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
My boss is he's Indian, and then I have another coworker. She's Indian.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have because I love food, and then one time they are both vegetarians. So what I did,
Yeah.
I make this. It's a spring roll.
Uh-huh.
It's a spring roll, but it's vegetable in there.
Yeah.
And then instead of using meat, I use tofu.
Tofu. Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
so like I asked them like, hey,
Yeah.
do you know the egg? Was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like I will make something that you guys can eat. And
Yeah.
it's like, do you need
Yeah.
and then do you eat tofu? Like, yeah, we eat tofu. It's like, okay, one day I will make egg rolls and then I will bring you and they love it.
Yeah, they love it. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
The curries that we make, by the way, we cook every meal every day. You know, We don't
Yeah.
order canned food or we don't order outside, anything like that. Because I
And
teach people about vital nutrition. What does it mean is, suppose you make something like, I know you cook at home too. If you cook at
yeah,
home, eat that within 45 minutes.
but you have to have a time to chew the food, to
Yeah,
taste the flavor,
yeah.
and digest right.
Not only that,
Otherwise,
not only that, if you refrigerate the food, Mabel, it loses the vitality. Are you there, Mabel? Your mic is muted. Maybe she got busy with something. So as I was saying to Mabel, if you cook the food every day, pan to plate, make it in the pan and take it to the plate. That's the best way. But if at all, you have to put it aside, eat it. Yeah,
wait a minute.
yeah.
I'm still here.
I know, I know. You got muted. I don't understand what happened.
Yeah,
So,
you know what happened?
yeah.
When I was talking, and then somebody picture popped up.
Ah, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, what? What happened to me?
Yeah, no, no, I did not do anything. I was just waiting for you. You can come back, Mabel. You are going to go out
Yeah, I
now.
guess.
Yeah, come back. So I think that's a good topic to know what is the vitality of the food and then how it is got corrupted with our modern practices of raising food and then canning them and transporting them. They're coming from all over the world to this. So that's why I prefer local market. You know, I even go to the level, Mabel, I ask my patients to grow their own vegetables.
Yeah, that's a good idea, doctor. Because you know what? If you grow organically,
Yeah,
it is more nutritious. Like you
exactly.
don't have,
That is the
yeah,
vitality I'm talking about, organically grown food, and also compost our waste and then make our own manure, which will yield us very good yield, you know?
yeah,
No
I,
chemicals.
I
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
yeah. So what do you like to make, Mabel?
Right now, say, I'm not vegan, but
Uh,
we eat minimal.
Minimal, okay. Okay.
We eat minimal. I will eat different things. I will eat meat and different things, but for me personally, I eat minimal.
Minimal.
Like,
Mm.
yeah, it's not like I overeat. Like, if I feel like I'm full, I stop. I don't want to force myself to finish. That's
Mm.
why I put in my plate. I will put a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Then, if I need more, I will put more. But I don't want to put a lot in my plate.
yeah. You have variety, but you'll take a little bit. That's what you mean, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So, tonight I'm cooking
yeah.
a beef curry.
Beef curry, okay. You know the French, they eat like that. They eat several varieties of them, but they only take a small piece and then and chew and smell and enjoy and savor it. You know, and there was a study done on the French eating a very high fat food, and they found out that they have very little uh, cholesterol problems because they may taste the high fatty food, but a little bit. They spend with the eating experience quite well. You know, they take it a little bit and smell it and talk to the other person about it, and then they kind of taste it and then they savor it and all that. So usually French lunches or French dinners really go up to 2 3 hours, especially in the afternoon also. And that kind of leisurely eating and eating really variety like you, Mabel, but then eat a little piece at a time really helps them to overall have a good foodie experience. They enjoy the food and all the experience, but they don't have to consume too many calories or too much of oily stuff and all. Even though they taste that high fat thing, they are kind of very good on that. So I think you are eating like a French person, probably, you know. What happened to you? Uh-oh. Let's see. Something is going on here. She's coming on and then it's kind of disappearing. I don't know what's happening, Mabel. I kind of allowing you to come and then you are disappearing. Maybe go out of the app completely and come back. Maybe that will work sometimes. So anyway, the vitality of food is something I'm very interested because the topsoil that we have kind of really invaded, and so it's not really giving us organically grown food that is full of vitality. Yeah, you're back, Meryl. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So where are we now? So regarding the food.
Now, I
Yeah.
was
So
saying you
for
are
me,
eating like a French people. French people also they do variety of foods, but a small amount, and they enjoy eating.
yeah, that's me. That's
Yeah,
me. It's also my husband. And
yeah.
so you know what? This is the thing. Like, my actually my sister-in-law
Uh-huh.
or my mother-in-law told me like, especially my sister-in-law. So they will say like, "Hey Mabel, you eat." I was like, "I'm eating."
Yeah.
What? Because I'm eating in a different way
Yeah.
how they eat.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think I'm eating. Like, they think like I'm not eating because probably I'm not gaining weight.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm eating. It's just like for example, if I eat cake, there's a lot of toppings on the top, right? So
Yeah.
I will take it off.
Yeah.
I will eat a piece of cake. It's not like I don't want to eat it. I will taste it, but I will take off the part of this really, really sweet because it's for me. If I eat too much sweet, I feel like I'm having headache.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Desserts are served in the beginning of the meal in yoga practice,
Mhm.
not at the end. Any
Oh.
sweet, anything like that, they take it in the beginning. But the sweet also, they don't take these artificial sweets that we make. They take only sweet fruit.
Yes.
They always start with the sweet fruit and then they may use some vegetables and all that, but then they don't eat anything that is oily stuff and all that. But at the end of the meal they may go for buttermilk or yogurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Any culture they have a different kinds
Yeah.
of food. But you know what? This is I have experience. One of
Mm.
my friends, she is oh, I'm still here.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what's wrong right now.
Mm.
So one of my friends, she invited me to her house.
Uh-huh.
So she is an Indian.
Mm.
So it's so because I love this food. It's like what do you call it?
Curries,
It
yeah. Curries
and
and
it's it's a snack
yeah.
and it's
Samosa? Samosa?
samosa. Yeah, samosa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That samosa is pretty, popular snack. It has stuffing inside, and you can vary the stuffing if you want to. I think I again lost you, Mabel. I don't know what's going on with this app. So that samosa is given both as a meal and also as a snack. If you go to movies, they have small samosas full of onions inside, and that is a samosa they serve. But if you go to a restaurant, they may have this potato, peas, and all sorts of things in there that will taste very good, but they're very heavy stuff. If you did two or three, you will be very full with that kind of samosa. Yeah, you're back, Michael.
oh my god, I don't know what's wrong. You know what? It kept me like popping up somebody's picture, and
Ah,
then I don't know what's wrong with the number. But anyway,
yeah,
so we're talking about samosa. So the mother-in-law served as samosa, right? And then
yeah,
she make a very good tea.
tea,
Is that
yeah,
tea porridge?
yeah. The samosa goes with the tea. Yeah, that's you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She boiled fresh
Mm,
tea,
mm,
and then they put the milk,
mm-hmm.
cream milk, and it's so yummy.
Yeah.
And after that, this is the interesting part because I just want to I want to ask you. I forgot the name of this thing. Like this, she gave us like a half tablespoon. I
Mm.
think teaspoon. I think it's a teaspoon.
Yeah.
It's like different kinds of seed.
Ah. Oh,
She
there's,
said,
yeah,
"What is
there,
it?"
that is soup, they call it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she said like this is good for digestion.
Yeah, that's why they give it to you because at the end of that, you take some of that and eat it. That has a
Uh-huh.
very good digestive power. And also, you know how they sit like in the diamond pose? That is a
Uh-huh.
very good one for digestion.
So this is the fun the exciting part because
Yeah.
when I take it, and then on the way home, my stomach starts rumbling.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not because of the milk. I think it's because of the
See,
different kinds of seed,
seeds, yeah,
right?
that's true. That's why they give you that. And they also have other thing. It beetle leaves, and they use all the ingredients that's called kili. That is also very good for your digestion. Yeah.
So I think that's the reason why. You know what? I love it.
Mm.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it cleaned my stomach.
Yeah. You can.
You know what happened to me? It's a funny thing, but it's so good.
Yeah. It can happen. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it can happen. You know what? They call foodie not a, who eats a lot. Foodie is the one who kind of spends like an experience with the food they're eating, and they
Uh-huh.
enjoy, they are in the
Uh-huh.
moment, they chew well, and
Uh-huh.
also they kind of savor the taste and everything.
Uh-huh.
I think you are a foodie in that sense.
You know, I always love that experience, but it's so
Yeah,
good. And then
yeah.
it's me.
Yeah, exactly. You are enjoying the experience that you are supposed to. It's not that you have to really sacrifice that, but you can enjoy the food experience, but be careful of what you are eating, how much you are eating, and because so many people are really don't care about our health, but they care about money. That's why they put all sorts of things to make it tasty, but we eat them because of the taste, and then they got hooked. You know.
That's true. That's true.
See, the another thing is when you eat your mom's cooking, there's a lot of love in it. But if you go out and eat, he doesn't care about you. So that is not there too. That's a major thing they take in Ayurveda. It depends upon who is making with what attitude they are making. Does it make sense to you, Maya? I think again you are muted. I don't know what's happening here. It's getting muted by itself, and then she's not able to come back and talk. So, food experience is something that we could revise and review what's happening with us. Are we eating consciously, or are we eating, just being somewhere else? I go to several luncheon meetings with colleagues and the staff. When I go there, usually they find me, I'm not eating that much because I'm focusing on talking. Yeah. I don't know what's happening, Mavel. You are back now. Uh, yeah. So I was saying about when I go to the meetings to eat the meal, Mabel, usually I'll be talking, I'll be only doing talking, but my heart is not touched. But other people will be talking and then eating unconsciously.
Yeah, yeah. We just like some yeah. We have you know what it. Sometimes we are not aware that we are eating and then we're talking. It's just like putting the food in our mouth and then sometimes if you get you if they get stuck in your throat, that's the reason like oh I need water.
Yeah.
But
Not
if you don't
only
feel like that, you just putting
Not
the
only that, when you gulp down without chewing, you eat a lot more calories. And also, there is something called satiety. That means a feeling of fullness after we eat. That usually takes from the time we are hungry till the satiety 20 minutes. So if you eat very quickly, you will eat a lot more to get the satiety. On the other hand, if you are chewing food like you are doing and I am doing, then we secrete one third of the stomach saliva. So you don't have to eat much when you're eating slow and chewing. Make sense?
Yes, yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that's why eat slow, sit down and eat, and also enjoy the food. That's what I tell my people. And when they have this eating experience as a pleasure, we shouldn't take it away from them, you know. So lots of times the people kind of come in and then they tell me I'm having problem of not able to sacrifice certain foods. Then I tell them, okay, eat what you are supposed to eat, all the healthy food stuff first, and then finish the meal with what you relish.
Can you press the maple tea button?
He wants to be in the party too, so
He start talking, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
good, good, yeah.
I'm just happy that he start telling something for me, and then it's just like and I'm always remind him that you know what, you always be kind and be mindful what you're doing.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I can give you right now because as a mom, you have to your the moral character is from the house,
yeah,
right?
yeah. From
Yeah,
mom,
yeah,
especially my mom is very important. Yeah, that's true. That's very true, Mehul. Because mom is the first teacher. There is in Sanskrit, there is a mantra which is Matru Devo Bhava. Mother is like a god for me. Pitru Devo Bhava. Father next is God for me. And then Acharya, that is the teacher. That's why Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. That was the way they raise kids, repeating them every day, and then really understanding the meaning of it and paying respect to their parents and their teachers. I mean that culture is kind of eroding, but that used to be the way they used to give respect to the parents and the teacher. You know. So I think Mabel is doing a wonderful job raising that kid and then really giving all her attention to him. That's one. I don't know what happened to Mabel's microphone. It's coming as muted to me, for about 2 minutes now, you know. So anyway, it's a good point that we talked about vitality of food, the way we eat, and the way we can limit our calories, but at the same time, really have a good, pleasant experience. If you eat pretty fast, then you don't have choice to really produce all the saliva that can take up to one third of your stomach. You know, the satiety I talked about, it takes 20 minutes to come. That becomes because of the stretch of the stomach. you know if you have the stretch of stomach because you have enough food and saliva in it, then you will get the feeling level that is, I'm satisfied, this is good for me. And that is very important. People want to feel that they have a good eating experience and they enjoyed their meal, not really grabbing anything and putting it down their throat. That's not it. That's not it. Yeah,
Oh
fine.
my God, me,
Yeah, I think I don't know what is happening with this mic. It's getting muted unnecessarily. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. What happened, Dr. Rao?
I
It's
don't
just
know.
like on and on and on. I'm
Yeah,
just feeling. I'm just washing right now my carrots, so I have to put a vegetable in my food. But anyway, so yeah. What is that? What are you talking again? Because I get lost. I don't know.
I was talking about the satiety, the feeling of satisfaction, feeling full. That takes 20 minutes. If you eat slowly, that's better than eating pretty fast. You know, and
So
also
yeah,
don't drink water before you eat and after you eat. You wait for some time to drink the water unless you are kind of having some throat choking or that. What happens is the juices should not be digested right after we eat. Let them work for some time and then drink water. That will be good.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that you know what, some people, there's a lot of things to learn about this
Yeah,
thing, even if you know, even if you're adult or what. So
yeah,
it's just like how they learn how to do it right,
yeah,
because it's if paying attention sometimes it's just like it's
yeah,
hard for us,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But if you are into it, you will take time.
yeah. Right.
It's like you are explorer. You're digging something. You're looking for something.
At one time, Mabel, the Ayurveda, where food is the medicine,
Uh huh.
and then
I
they
didn't
re-
even
yeah, they have lived like that. Getting some of those principles is very good. Now, I'm going to get you some science that is coming up. It is called
know.
nutrigenomics. That
What is
means,
it?
according to your genes, you have to eat what is compatible to you.
Oh, I hear you. I remember you told me about it. And
Yeah.
then I'm looking. I don't know what happened to your website. I'm checking your website, and then when I click it,
No,
it's
no,
like,
there somebody else took over. They're going to redo that. So there, I have some 60 ebooks. So some of them will be published right after that new website comes up. You know.
oh, wow. Okay. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I
Now
thought you were.
somebody built it up, but then these people are doing so much more, and it is going to be coming. I don't really pay attention, but they are doing it. They'll really bring it up. I will tell you when it is done. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Very.
because thing about learning so many things, it's
Yeah.
just like it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun to learn.
Yeah.
You never stop learning.
Definitely.
It's just I believe you never
Ah,
stop learning.
I am a lifelong student. I never say I know everything. I don't want to learn. I learn more and more, and also I share. That's what happens daily. People are nice to listen to me, but then they can always come and ask me questions too. What I know, I try to share, and then lots of time people are listen. They're happy to just listen to me. That's okay too. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, sometimes they ask you, and how they apply it for themselves. That's the hard part
Yeah.
because you have to be into it.
Yeah. You know,
Like now, I can ask you whatever I want, but if you
yeah.
tell me something, this is how I like. Do I have to dig it, or
Mhm.
I don't care about it? You
Yeah,
know?
that's true. What happens is people have their own ingrained habits and they can't go from it. It's difficult for them. And then usually when they do some pain point, something they develop that is uncomfortable or suffering for them, then they seek out for the help. You see, what I am telling you, don't wait that long. Listen to your body, listen to your habits, and when something is not right, immediately find out about it and then correct it. Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, you are. I can see you now. At least before it was not like that. You were muted. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep on learning, Mabel. That I am doing that too all the time. We are when we keep our mind open, we get better, and then we get younger and younger, not older. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I hear that you're talking about the pain medication. What
Yeah.
is it? Say about it
No,
because it's.
we were talking about in general. Lorraine came. She was having a chronic condition, neurological Guillain-Barré syndrome. So
Uh-huh,
I was talking about in general how to really deal with the pain without much
uh-huh,
medication or cut down the
uh-huh,
medication. And also, there are
uh-huh,
so many non-invasive things that we could do to
uh-huh,
be away from the suffering of the pain.
uh-huh.
I was saying pain is inevitable. It will happen to all of us. But how
Yes.
we take it determines the suffering from it. So suffering is optional.
Mm-hmm.
See, some people, they kind of bear down the pain a lot. They don't take medication that easily. then their need for medication goes down because they have this high pain threshold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like that too. I have not taken even a single Tylenol since 2014.
You see, I'm with you, doctor.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no. You know what? The last time I took medication for pain
yeah,
because this is the thing that I don't have a choice when I give birth to my son.
yeah.
So when I give birth to my son, it's supposed to be normal and and I ended up like C-section.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of women go through that these days. Yeah. Bringing back again, Mabel. Yeah, there you are.
So continue for the pain med. So I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I have to do. But this is the thing. When I give birth to him, so I have a cut.
Mm.
So I was like, I know that in my head that I don't want to take this medication
Yeah.
because I get easily like. Can you imagine? I was giving birth and I have epidural, but the epidural is not working for me.
Yeah.
How is it? I can feel like, and I can feel everything, and then I have epidural, and then the anesthesiologist told me like, no, I cannot give you anything right now because you already have, and then I don't want you to get overdose. Like I can feel like, oh my god, it's like so it means I don't what is the term of that? That
Yeah.
even if I have something that it's supposed to be I cannot feel, but my body still
Yeah.
can feel it.
It varies with the patient. Some people like that, the epidural do not work, but then some people don't even need it. They take the epidural, you know. By the way, I teach a yoga, what is called antenatal, postnatal yoga. you know
Uh-huh.
so antenatal, what happens is it makes it much easier when baby come through the birth canal without the pain, not that much pain. Yeah, actually my wife, I taught her antenatal yoga when she was carrying our son, and she
Uh-huh.
was primey, and she had a labor of 4 hours and very quick.
Wow. I have almost 24 hours
Yeah.
labor, doctor.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of women suffer. That's why I try to all my friends who are getting to be parents. If they come to know me, I will teach them antenatal, prenatal, both of them together much better. And the
Wow.
breathing exercises, Mabel, they make a whole lot difference.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
But you know what? The problem with me, I become like my I end up having complication. I end
yeah.
up like my blood pressure getting high.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Uh, that's also a serious condition, eclampsia we call it, and preeclampsia, and that's a dangerous condition. You have to control the blood pressure at the time. Yeah,
yeah. So that's the thing. Like I just like for me, I am aware that what the last word that I told to my doctor is just like I cannot do it anymore. And then
mm,
they just quick me bring me to the operating room.
yeah.
And then since I was like I don't know, I end up sleeping.
Mm, yeah, yeah, because they must have tried some minor anesthesia and all that. It's a very
Yeah.
common these days because that's why people have to train for the experience of birth. There's so much there in yoga, and you can combine both the modern methods and the ancient methods. When you do the prenatal yoga, Mabel, you will be ready for the experience a little better than if you are not trained. You know, so what happens is the antenatal yoga is the stretching of the birth canal is more experienced, and then they better use it to that much better. Especially the breathing and the stretching helps a lot.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I'm not aware about it, and it's just like
Mm,
it's just I'm a first time mom, and then
yeah.
I don't know, I'm not aware. That's the point. I'm
Yeah.
not aware about it. It's
Yeah.
just like
There's so many videos, Mabel, in the Amazon also. But I kind of personally knew the intricacies and all the things I can teach the women. Usually, we involve both parents, husband and wife. That way, husband can help her to do them.
Uh,
My wife at the time, she just came to this country, and then we were just married and all that, right? She came to the country, and she wasn't working, and she totally dedicated her time for the doing yoga and taking care of herself and all that.
yeah.
So that worked very well for her for the first time she was pregnant with my son. But she didn't do that much with my second daughter, second child for us, daughter. When she was coming, she didn't was not able to do that much as she used to do when she was alone with no children, right? But that's
Uh-huh.
okay. But eventually, she got better faster, and she didn't need much pain medication, and also she generally quickly got her back very easily.
Oh, yeah. So I'll go back to the pain med.
Yeah.
So what happened? This is my experience for that med, especially that narc one, the narcotic one. You know what? I have a really, really bad side effect. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
I have a bad dream
Mm.
every night.
Yeah.
Every night. It's just like, it's so weird. Like, I never dream about this. And then how come? And then when I stop it, like I stop it because I don't need it anymore. Like I don't want it. I don't want
See,
it.
these pain medications have what is called mood altering effect. You know,
Wow.
and
Uh-huh.
then the more you take it, the more it can settle down and do that for you. And a
Mhm.
lot of people actually take the pain medication for that euphoria, for that feeling that they have, like illusion. For that they
Huh?
take it.
No, like so for me, I'm aware of it. It's just like
Yeah.
I have to stop it,
Yeah.
and then I end up like since I'm healing, so I just go for the lowest Tylenol milligram.
Yeah. No, the I was talking about the earlier Lorraine when she came. I was talking about how our mind can be trained about the pain.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happens is we may develop adverse reactions mainly from how we react to an experience from the mind. That could be trained, that could be altered. The more you are trained about the pain and the withdrawal and reverses, the kind of you develop an ability to not to influence the pain by your fear or anxiety, and also maybe craving for the experiences and all that can be trained, kind of retrain them. It's difficult, depends upon each person, but some really highly educated people really understand these intricacies. They could change the suffering aspect of the pain. They may go through the pain, they will take it okay, but they don't have to suffer through that. So that's an important thing, because many of this narcotic abuse in the country, many people are dying is because they don't have any idea about this, and the doctors also liberally giving them, which is not really good. They shouldn't be giving. I was very strict with my narcotic medications. I would not give them unless it's a really advanced cancer and they are really suffering with too much pain. But rest of them, I used to cut down, or I used to hold them. Some people hated me for that. The patients. Yeah.
It's okay you get hated because you don't give that one because
Yeah.
you care about them.
Yeah,
You
I'm
care about
really
them.
proud of that, Mabel, because I was like that from the beginning. Because I
Mhm.
know you can stay without pain medications, and we are unnecessarily spoiling people. But that making pain medications available to everybody very quickly, and then a lot of people going for the addictions. That, by the way, because I do yoga, I'm into ancient systems and all that. I don't have any addiction
Yeah.
because I'm happy with myself inside, and really don't have to crave for happiness from outside. That's why I never get into these addictions. And also, I help a lot of people with addiction, because addiction nothing but unaware of these habits that we are forming, and then going for the euphoria and all that. But once you make them aware of what they are doing, like for example, cigarette, they're usually take it out of the pocket and pop it into the mouth, and then light it on the cigarette, and all the time not even aware of what they are doing. But once I bring them back to each step of that habit, they are more easy to drop it off, not even light the cigarette. So bringing the awareness back into their life was a big deal. Makes sense?
It's a big help.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Any habit is like that. If you are aware, then the habit would be repeating mechanically by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you about that. Because you know what? Nowadays, I see different kinds of patients, and it's just like they are depending so much in that
Yeah.
medication, not only for pain med, but different kinds of med. I remember when I worked at CVS. This
Mm.
is my, when I work at CVS, and then I have a patient, like, I we become you know I become friend of my patient,
Mm.
and then he is taking this is not about pain, this is about a diabetic, like insulin.
Yeah. Mm.
So for me, I was like, and then I can see him how he is frustrated about it. And then one time, I just saw him, like, he just take a deep breath, and then I talked to him, like, you know what, I have something to tell you.
Mm.
And then he listened, like, what is it? And then he said, like, I told him, like, do you want to cut off this insulin?
Yeah. Come back, love. There she is. Ah.
So yeah, so I'm talking about the insulin. This is not about the pain. This is the insulin.
Yeah.
So I can feel him, like he is like it's just like it's probably it's hard for him to say something, but
Mm.
for me, as I become sensitive, or I become very, like, I can feel your energy.
Mm.
And then I told him, like, you know what? I said, like, you know what? There's another way that you can cut off this insulin if you don't like it.
Mm.
And then I said, what is your like, what food you're taking, or what are you doing? Like, are you going for exercise and so on? It's just like, and then he starts telling me about his activities,
Mm.
and then I said, like, start from the small one.
Mm.
Like, if you eat two slices of pizza, try to eat one.
Mm.
If you eat two burger,
Mm.
try to eat one burger. It's just like a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And a doctor once, like every 3 months, he will come, and I was surprised. I'm surprised he go to my window,
Mm.
and then lose a lot of weight.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. I
And
mean,
but still,
see, a
but still
lot
he's
of these chronic diseases are secondary to the this food, that is really not the appropriate one. They promote all sorts of foods in the McDonald's and all that. And when the people are eating as children, that's why I'm proud of you. You make food at home for the kid. That's
I
very, yeah. That's
have the doctor.
yeah, that's very good. Very good. That's a good habit so that unnecessary chemicals, unnecessary supplements, and all those things won't get into the food, which is very important.
Yeah, I have to, because I was raised in a, like, this is the habit that we have to eat, like, healthy food,
Yeah,
like you have to eat vegetables and stuff.
yeah.
And then now that I have a family, I have to implement this.
Yeah.
And my son, my son started, before, he don't want to eat any meat. Every time
Mm,
I give him something, he don't like it. So
yeah.
what I did is, I tried him to give tofu, and he eat. I tried him to give fish, he eat. And I
Yeah.
said, oh my God, he is, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I was like, oh. And
Healthy food.
then,
Yeah.
and said, like, your son is not eating that? Like, yeah, he's not ready. That's the one that I always said. He's not ready for that.
Yeah. See, our thing is we could focus on how we really make our food with what kind of soil, what kind of chemicals, what kind of nutrients, and that is polluted in so many ways. So if we can really put some common sense, and I tell my patients, dig up a ditch in the backyard, put all the leaves and all the waste in there and cover it up. 3 months later, it will be the compost. Everybody knows about this, Then use that compost manure to grow your organically grown food, and then you can wash it off, and then you can cook it at home and eat from pan to plate, right? And also sit down and chew the food and enjoy the food like Mabel was talking about, and that way you are really healthy food, not contaminated by chemicals or fertilizers or insecticides and all. By the way, all the antibiotics resistance has grown because we pump up so many antibiotics to the animals and we eat the meat. And that's why a lot of antibiotic resistance is from forcing so many antibiotics on the animals. Brian knows about it. Hi, Brian, come up and tell me about it. So it's a kind of important thing. Yeah, Brian is coming. I know Brian is a farmer. He knows what I'm talking about.
Hi, Dr. Rao.
Hi, Brian.
You're definitely talking my language.
Ah,
Um, we had a couple of trees fall on our power, take out our
ah, ah.
and our phone. So I'm actually sitting outside of a coffee shop using their Wi-Fi at the moment. But, yeah, um, we did get electric back today. Hopefully, we'll get our internet and so on back by the end
Yeah.
of the week.
This is that
Yeah,
terrible. We so used radio, one day it disrupts so much.
right. And I'm the type of person, I'd be the first one to say, "Oh, I don't need that," but I'll tell you, when you're used to it,
Yeah.
the
One day, Brian, I had to go into the garage because power is not there at home, but I had to make phone calls and all that, right? So I kind of
right.
power up my phone with the car. With the
And
car.
that's exactly,
Yeah.
that's exactly,
Yeah, go
we've
on.
been going,
Go on, tell
we've been
me.
going to the coffee shop or finding Wi-Fi somewhere so that we
Yeah.
could connect, at least keep in touch,
Yeah.
check on things and so on.
Yeah.
But yes, Dr. Rao, you're absolutely talking my language.
Yeah.
As you know, what we do at Bryden Farm in Bear River, Nova Scotia,
Yeah.
is we do regenerative farming, rotational pastures.
Yeah.
Um, this afternoon, I was out, and I don't know what the incline would be, but I'm going to say it was about a 45-degree incline.
Yeah.
Outside, trimming out a fence line because we move our animals on a regular basis.
Okay.
And I'm getting into a section, it's actually under the power lines, not the ones that were down, but under the power lines that run through part of our property. And if you can imagine a 45-degree climb with a gas trimmer and hawthorn, blackberry, and thorns that are about 15 feet high.
Ah.
I'm trying to cut that out, but I'll tell you, when I get done, the pigs are going to have a lovely pasture for the next couple of weeks.
Okay. But it's a very steep incline. It's like a stress test for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're waving enough trimmer around on the ground and over your head and everything else because you're trying to almost hack your way very carefully, of course, but hack your way through. But yes, rotational pasturing, it allows us not to use antibiotics, chemicals, and such. Dr. Al, I'm going to have to go, but thank you very much. It's nice talking to you.
Same here, Brian. Nice seeing you. Okay. Be safe out there. Okay. Yeah, that kind of interruptions can get to us because we are never accustomed to the lack of it, right? And you get used to it so unconsciously, and suddenly that can really cause us problems too. I know what he's talking about, how uncomfortable it could be. But then, we only remember this at the after things happen to us, but we should be aware of them even when they are happening. So one of the things that we really have to focus on is when these antibiotic resistance develops in the hospitals and everywhere, we are running out of really serious antibiotics compared to what they used to have. So we are really spending our armamentarium of antibiotics on so many people that we are developing more resistance to bugs, right? So we call them super bugs. That's a big problem, and that's why I brought up this animal um, taking a lot of these antibiotics, not by volition, but by greedy people who want to have so much more money, right? Or they're feeding them, and then that they are developing the resistance, the bugs in them are developing the resistance to the antibiotics, and when they come out, it is going to affect our health in a major way. That's a big problem. We have been having this. Anyway, I just came up that topic, but I was always involved in antibiotic resistance measures in the hospital. So what we did in 1985, I think, we came up with a micro uh, biogram, we call it. What it is, it shows what kind of bugs are shown in that hospital's cultures and all the tests, and what is their sensitivity. And then we kind of tell them use the least expensive antibiotic first, and then go to the bigger, newer, uh, more antibiotics. That way, thereby we can limit the resistance a little bit. But many of the doctors are still uh, have to give a lot of antibiotics, but also have to really upgrade them to the newest antibiotics. So we are running out of real effective newer antibiotics. I am sure people are all aware of that. But one thing we can all do to help that is uh, develop your inner immunity. Okay, actually, I teach in the wellness club a class every day how they can improvise their immunity. In the COVID time, I was very involved with the COVID epidemic in the sense of not only being a doctor, but also I was very much into epidemiology from the beginning. So I know the trends of this antibiotic resistance and speed up of the flare up of all the epidemics and all that, right? So I was always telling them it's three things that are involved in the antibiotic thing. One is the agent, which is the bug, and another is the environment, hospital, nursing homes, our society, our homes, and all that. And the third one is immunity of the host, which is us. What are you doing to enhance your immunity is like a good vital nutrition, optimal exercise, good sleep, and keep your mind calm. And also really make sure the diet is really vital. All these things are important. I teach this all the time, especially the immunity routine is like a yoga routine from head to toe. You have certain way to really help the lymph nodes have the circulation better. That way they kind of more vitalized, and then they will develop the B cells and other cells that we talk about getting immunity lifted, that we do very much all the time. Anybody interested, they can come and join my wellness club and they can see it there. But I do a morning routine every day, so I may show it there too. So anybody else wants to come and add anything? I think a lot of people are there, but if you have any questions particularly or anything to you want to tell me that will be interesting, you're free to come and join me. That way I can know separate things and can answer certain questions. Otherwise, we will see you again in the morning at 8 o'clock. Okay. Thank you very much.